Hello, my name is Joanne Meekins, and I am an author, an editor, and a publisher of Inspired for You publications. And today I am answering question 2 of the Steph Ritz Stories That Sell 10-Day Video Challenge. Today's question I'm answering is, when did I become my own hero? So I have to say, in this right now moment, just deciding that I'm going to through and do this challenge, despite the outside challenges that have been coming to deter me. There's a scripture that's in 1 Peter chapter 5, verses 8 and 11 that reads, "Be alert, be on watch. Your enemy, the devil, roams around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. Be firm in your faith and resist him because you know that other believers in all the world are going through the same kind of suffering. But after you have suffered a little while, the God of all grace, who calls you to share his eternal glory in union with Christ, will himself perfect you and give you firmness, strength, and a sure foundation." So I read that because on Saturday, while I was on my way to a it's an annual um, wellness walk, I fell. I fell and I scraped up my elbow and I just injured myself. And I decided at 0 hour last night that I was going to go ahead and do this challenge and create my video, even though I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling well, but I said, I'm going to do it anyway. And then tonight, when I was preparing to do this video, I saw a post on Facebook by my cousin, Tarnisha, and it was saying that our other cousin, Jermaine, was in the hospital. Then I started looking and reading up because I hadn't heard about it. And I was seeing, more and more disturbing posts, with people really praying, that he be well. And I just got really concerned. And so I called her and I found out that he is in the hospital and he's not doing well. And so I was in tears as we prayed for his healing and deliverance. And, it just took me off my game. And, but I just decided, in spite of my spirit being really sorrowful right now, that I was going to honor my commitment to myself, to the challenge, and that I was going to dedicate this video to my cousin, Jermaine. Jermaine, I love you. So the story that originally came to my mind about when I became my own hero was when I decided to resign from my job as a policies and procedures writer to pursue ministry full time in 2010. I had worked there for 7 years and loved that I was getting paid doing what I love, writing. And but I wasn't happy with the fact that they wouldn't allow me to work from home, especially because the position was created for me after they had been using an outside consultant to write their policies and procedures. So, I mean, after 7 years, they know my work, they know how I do. Why they couldn't give me a day or two to work from home during the week, I couldn't understand it. But in any case, I prayed about it and I felt led that it was really time for me to just move forward and just, go on to do what God had called me to do. So I prayed and I took a leap of faith. Now, let me just say, because I talked about this in video number 1, I don't recommend for anybody to do it the way I did it. What I learned from Jennifer Kim when I was doing the Brand Story Challenge was that you should consider your employer as a investor in your dreams and your business and what you really want to do. And you need to set up a plan, a transition plan, not just, stop, but get your money in order, start putting money aside and save so that you can do it the right way. Because, I did it the hard way. I don't regret it. because for me, my personality type, I just needed to do that. But I wouldn't recommend it because a lot of stuff came through it, you know. So I didn't have a clue as to what I was going to do, how to build a sustainable business, or what I was going to do beyond my $10,000 401k that I cashed in, and my two published books. That's all I had going for me at the time, you know, as far as, you know, having a plan of action. And so, you know, I went ahead and I stepped out and allowed my journey to unfold. And it pushed me outside of my comfort zone, which is something that I needed to experience. Otherwise, I'd probably still be there, you know, being comfortable with my paycheck crutch. And so, again, I don't regret doing what I did, but it wasn't easy. Like when I was sharing my story last, you know, in video one, you know, I smile all the time. So I'm smiling like I'm smiling now, and you know, I laugh through that process. But trust me, when I was in it, there was a lot of tears, a lot of anxiety, stress, you know, going through the process. And so, again, I wouldn't recommend you just to jump out and, you know, keep it moving. So, what I did, and because my rent was close to $1,000 and money was dwindling fast and stuff, I positioned myself to succeed. So I took a low course entrepreneurship certification course, and I learned how to write a business plan. And, you know, and a lot of other things that came with that, which was good. And then I also invested in the Destiny coaching course as well. So I was, you know, developing my skills and stuff, you know, because I knew that with my business plan, in order to be sustainable and profitable, I was going to have to set up some things in order to earn an income that was going to sustain me. And so everything was really outside of my comfort zone because I'm someone who was used to being a supportive background person and helping other people. And so I needed to step out in the forefront of my own dreams and desires and, you know, and get it done. And so there was a lot of inner resistance that came up from there. So the process was very challenging and very slow. So I started looking into other options beneath my potential, and I pacified myself saying, well, I'm an independent contractor with my little mystery shops and online surveys. I ended up facing eviction, going on public assistance, and moving back to my childhood home. And so, you know, like I said, I'm smiling and everything now, but during that experience, mm, it didn't feel good at all. And so committing to being and doing what God called me to do and living on purpose, that was making that decision and making that commitment was when I became my own hero. And that was in December of 2013. And then uh, I went into full hero mode in 2014. And that's when I subsequently created my publishing company and I published 4 books of my own. I published one for a client, and this was in spite of the fact that my, you know, I became a full-time caregiver to my mom, and I also had surgery that year. And so, you know, so God was good. I was able to press through. You know, when sometimes I forget about it. And so it's good that when you get challenges and stuff like this to do, because it makes you go back and think and document your history and your journey. And so, you know, you don't really know how strong you are and what you can do until, you know, you go against stuff. You come up against challenges and things in your life. And so let me also add that I became my own hero when I learned the publishing process to publish my second book. Because my first book was published through Author House, and you know, my second book, I talked about this in the first video too. That my second book was done, you know, with Word and you know, Staples, you know, going to and getting it done like that. And but I had it redone when I learned how to do the process myself and I published it out in a professional way, that you would know. And so learning that process, I took power into my own hands to become my own publisher. And so that was another way for me. And then also when I created my third book, How to Self-Publish in Excellence Within 10 Days, it's a reference book. And I used the skills that I gained as a policies and procedures writer to publish that book. And it felt really good because I was creating manuals and instructions and policies and procedures for my employer. And here I was now creating a document, my own book, to teach other people how to publish books. And so to just that just really felt good. And it pushed my life into a different direction, in doing that. And so, as you can see, being your own hero can occur one step at a time, one choice at a time, over and over again. So when did you become your own hero? Share and be blessed. Thank you.